Happy Monday, T Squad, and happy June 2nd. Today is my mommy's birthday. Shout out to her. She turned 67 years old today. Thank you, Jesus. But today we're going to get into this behind the scenes tea on Brit Eady. Now, you guys know that on last week's episode, she threw her first cast event that did not go well. First of all, the venue wasn't even decorated when the event started. She only paid for the girls to have food to eat, and she only gave the girls samples of her shapewear line, whereas the other guests only had drinks. They didn't receive anything. And now even more tea has come out because in the episode we saw her blaming her quote unquote party planner, who was actually just the decorator, come to find out. Giorgio says, shout out to him, has spilled the tea on what is actually going on with Brit Eady, and it ain't looking too good. It's looking like she been on her front and stunting, making it seem like she got a coin, and really her and her husband is over there trying to keep up with the Joneses. Let's get into this tea, y'all.
Eady lying again? You don't say. Well, the event decorator has now spoken out because she is not liking the way Brit made her and her company look on that recent episode. We all saw Brit scurrying around acting like the event planner, coordinator, whoever was doing this event was slacking and unprofessional. So much so, she dragged Shamia and Kelly out onto the golf course, heels and all, and completely blame shifted everything onto this event decorator. Keyword decorator. Meet Bella from Infinity Events in Atlanta. She did reach out to me and she did post this very lengthy clarifying note about missing context from that episode and the event. Bella says that she was only hired on to decorate the venue, and that is all. She was not to be handling logistics, food, catering, any of that, just decorating. Bella also clarified she only designed the menus to go on the placemats. Brit chose the food and was handling all of that separately. Bella then continues saying that the venue was not privately booked. It was open for business.
Lord.
So the reason why everything looked like it wasn't done, well, that's because things kept getting moved around because paying clients are going to take priority. They also had to shift things around because production needed things to be a certain way to make it work. So Bella's like, I'm just running around trying to catch up with production, trying to catch up on where I'm supposed to set everything up and leave it. Meanwhile, we watch Brit in the episode clearly like lashing out at Bella, who's the event decorator, about why is everyone getting a menu and why do they think they're eating? They're not. Bella also says that the food situation was a lack of Brit's budget, not Bella's professionalism. Ooh. Bella also is trying to get the rest of her payment from that event, allegedly. She also says she has the receipts, and if she needs to, she will present them. Oh, it was giving a fashion show with no fashions.
Child, the ghetto. So as you can see, the money, the budget, the coins, the cash is not there, honey. Because once again, first episode, my husband upgraded my ring and now I have a 10-carat ring. And then we saw in the episode her going car shopping, but we never saw her buy the car, which was another stunting and fronting episode of hers. And so now it's making me wonder, is the ring even real? It's probably not even a real diamond. It's probably fake. Because how are you having an event in a public venue? What? You ain't even got the money to rent it out for the time that you're allotting for your event, then you haven't even paid this decorator. Then you only had enough money to quote unquote cover the girls' foods, which was what, like 7, 8 plates? But everybody else had to just sip on air. Like, what? And then come to find out that it gets even more tragic. But now the situation has gotten even worse because Brittany is also being sued by the country club. Child.
Brit, if you were going to skip out on the entire tab at the country club, at least you could have just gone ahead and fed the whole room. Actually, the country club filed a civil lawsuit against Mike for skipping out on the tab.
Wow.
A little birdie did tell me this morning that there was an actual document out there that did show that the country club did in fact go after Mike for that event that we just watched. That was horrendous, but I guess they felt like they didn't need to pay for it. So here's the document, and you'll notice that the date of the event coincides with Bella's text messages. The dates all around that coincide with this. This is obviously the event that we saw. It was a golf event, they called it, and a banquet. Okay, so it was about almost 10 grand worth of services and food.
Wow.
And now there's some interest added. So we're looking at about 10K that they skipped out on. And this document does show that on December 3rd, someone went to go serve Mike, but he wasn't home. And whoever was home, they suspect would be his wife, but she refused to provide a name. So not only do you owe Bella and Infinity Events $1,750 that you have yet to respond to her request for payment, you now have this side of it where you have the country club that you did not privately reserve the space. You added more plates, but only to the media and bloggers that were sitting at the table because you didn't want them to write anything horrible about your event. Oh. And then you just go ahead and skip on out. You don't even pay for it. You're just like, whatever. Now, there's no other documents that give any further updates to this situation, so I'm not sure if Mike reached out to the country club directly and worked it out, but there's nothing outside of these documents around this situation. I mean, if you're broke, just say that.
The ghetto. Well, I do have the country club lawsuit paperwork. Here it is via Reality Recap. And it states that the claim is in the amount of $9,900.06 with an interest rate of $148.50. Wow. And it's the country club versus Mike Cunningham, who is Brit Eady's husband. Baby, this is so trifling and ghetto. So trifling and ghetto. For me, I think that this solidifies that she's going to be a one-hitter quitter. This will be a one-and-done season for her. She has been caught in so many lies. She has been aggressive. She is just uncouth. Now we find out that the funds ain't even there, girl. Like, ain't nothing given, ain't nothing adding up. She's just a hood rat hoochie mama. And she does not fit the platform at all. Obviously, you can't even keep up with the other girls. You up here skipping out on bills and stuff, but you claim to be that girl since high school. Girl, you that girl, all right. You're a brokey. That's exactly what you are. Brokey. And you trying to act like y'all got it like that, and y'all don't. Keep it a buck and keep it real, girl. You shouldn't even have no event. If you ain't had the money, you could have did what you did at your house. You could have invited them girls over there to your house, had a chef come and prepare dinner like you did earlier on in the season, when you could tell that that wasn't a normal occurrence for y'all because one of your nieces and nephews told it. He was like, we eating seafood, we eat lobster, we ain't never ate this before. Which told everything we needed to know, that y'all had never done this before, hiring a chef to come cook for y'all. But you could have did that. You could have hired a chef to come cook for y'all for a few hours, had a beautiful table setting that you could have created yourself. You could have took your ass to the dollar store, the local florist, put together a beautiful table, had the ladies there, fed them, had all the liquor and everything you needed at the house. You could even had somebody in there, feeding you guys, setting the table, bringing your food out to the table. You could have still given them the shapewear in a box or whatever, had it, put together really nicely. Y'all could have sat and talked afterwards. You could have had a whole thing at your house. Garcelle did that one year where she had all the ladies come to her house and she had it set up beautifully. It's cost efficient. You're saving money. You don't have to pay for a space. You could have did that at home, but you trying to be so grandiose. And now look at you, embarrassed. Just embarrassed. That's what you get. You and them chompers you call teeth. That's exactly what you get. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this heifer, because it just can't even get any funnier. Like, you can't make this stuff up with this chick. She is an embarrassment. Let's talk about it down below in the comment section, T Squad. I love you guys. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. Let's get it cooking and crack-a-lacking.